Lindsay with Wellness 360, and we are so happy that you are here and have decided to join us for this program. I want to share a few tips for getting the most out of this program. Sometimes it can be hard to work out at home. You maybe don't have the same setup as a big fancy gym. Well, I'm sure you don't, but we have a few tricks that can make your space at home ideal. My first tip for you has nothing to do with the space, but in carving out time. Make a plan for your exercise program and make sure you have enough time to get through the whole thing. Beth and I have spent quite a bit of time programming these sessions for you, making sure the videos are in an order that makes sense and they build off of one another. So if you can go straight through from warm up to cool down, commit to 45 minutes to an hour 3 times a week where you can do these uninterrupted with minimal distractions. Keep your phone away or put it on airplane mode or do not disturb and try and get through the whole thing. Having said that, if time is an issue, we would rather you do the exercise than skip it altogether. So if you need to break it into pieces, go ahead and do that, but still try and minimize those distractions and stick to your schedule. Finding space. We have this nice open gym here so we can move around easily. Ideally at home, find as much open space as you can. If that means having to move some furniture, maybe you have to do that. Or clear out some space in the basement and just make that your dedicated exercise space. It does not have to be pretty space. That's not an issue at all. We also suggest using markers at the corner of the room. You're going to be focused on the video. We have you moving all over in different corners, and it's easy to kind of lose track, and if you have furniture, we don't want you to trip over it. So, you know, either put tape on the floor or something brightly colored, like a brightly colored cup or mug or something that would get your attention so that you stay in your dedicated space. We also use chairs quite a bit. We use these for balance exercises. We have you sitting in them. We have you putting your hands on them for different core exercises. So the chair that you should use should be nice and stable. Those chairs that fold up and collapse really easily, not the best option. We also recommend a chair that doesn't have arms. A lot of our flexibility exercises, you're rotating in the chair and the arms can get in the way. Also a chair that doesn't rock. It goes without saying, but you know, something really, really stable is ideal. And that chair shouldn't slide around on the floor either. Ideally, you're exercising on a floor that's not super slippery. Brightly refinished hardwood floors look beautiful. They're not the best for exercise because they can be kind of slippery. Speaking of slippery, another tip, wear good shoes. Shoes that can slide off your feet easily, or no shoes just lead to slips and falls. So good athletic shoes that tie up and keep you safe are recommended. Let's talk about equipment that you will need for the Wellness 360 videos. For resistance training, we mostly rely on dumbbells, and I would recommend you get a small pair, a lighter pair, and a heavier, larger weight pair. So you have 2 sets of dumbbells. Now, if you can't find them or don't want to buy them, there's plenty of stuff you can use around your house as resistance. For the lighter dumbbells, if you have a can of soup or whatever, canned goods, or I found this small water bottle in my basement, those would work great as substitutes for light dumbbells. Heavier dumbbells, you can find plastic containers, clean them out and fill them with water. Once these have water in them, they would work great for heavier weights. And especially, I like the milk jug because it's got a handle, which just makes it a whole lot easier to use. And you don't have to fill it all the way to the top. You can start with halfway, and as you get stronger and build up strength, fill it to the top. Of course, you want a lid, so it doesn't spill all over you. So those are kind of the basics. We want you to find something to use for dumbbells or resistance training for all of our series. A bonus would be these TheraBands. A lot of people have these lying around their house from old physical therapy appointments and home exercise programs. These are easy to get your hands on. You can order the fancy kind with the handles online, or call a physical therapist in your area and they'll cut you a tube for a couple dollars. So I would definitely suggest some resistance bands for our future strengthening videos. Moving on, a lot of our cardio videos use boxing techniques. It's all shadow boxing. You'll never actually be striking a heavy bag unless you happen to have one at home. But we do like to have people wear gloves, even when you're not doing the punch, actually hitting something. The gloves give you a lot of feedback, and they add just a little bit of weight at the end of your arms, which helps get your heart rate up. So if you have a pair of gloves, great. If not, you'll see we always modify holding the smaller set of weights too. And last but not least, paper plates. We use these for some of our core videos as gliders on the floor. And in the last section of the video, I spent some time telling you not to work out on slippery floors, which is still true, but we do occasionally put these under our feet and use them as gliders on the floor for core exercise. So dig out a couple paper plates and have those handy in your home gym setup. I hope these tips helped you with your home gym setup and gave you a few ideas for equipment to get the most out of these workouts. If you have specific questions, feel free to email us at info@wellness360fitness.com and we can walk you through some good substitutions and how to get the most out of your space. We'll see you at the workout.